Back with our guest editor segment, and we've still got Swarup Mohanty here in our studios. From banks, we're going to now talk about infrastructure and what exactly does this very large umbrella throw up. Lots of opportunities, but at the same time, a lot of sector rotation and very swift pace at that is what the equity markets seem to be seeing. So let me welcome on board. We've got Sudipta Mukherjee, Managing Director of Texmaco Rail Engineering, joining in on the show right now to talk about exactly that. Sudipta, great to have you in the studios. And we've got Swarup Mohanty here from Mirae Asset Investment Managers as well, joining in. And I want to talk about, what's really happening within the infrastructure space, because from the COVID times, we've really seen, Sudipta, a big boom in infra. It's a large umbrella, when it comes to road, EPC, rail, the entire manufacturing segment. Where do you think this entire segment and space is really headed in the next 5 years? What's the big vision like? And do you think we've just about tasted a small success? Is there a lot more to go from here?
Good morning, Aisha. Good morning, Swarup. Good to see you again. Yeah. A very interesting question, Aisha. It has a lot many dimensions you have put in. Actually, you have consolidated the story in a very crisp manner. Yes, we believe that what we are seeing today in India in the infrastructure boost is a part of a journey which we have consciously taken up as a country. And that of course the kind of GDP ambitions we have as a country, and we are already in the fifth largest and where we want to go in the coming decades. So definitely it's not all conclusive. This is a beginning, and lot more as a country we believe, being an important stakeholder, that we need to do a lot more in the logistics sector, as one say that from farm to consumer directly, and which makes a lot of sense for the economic growth or the aspirations today India has, very wisely and planned manner supported by the government initiatives.
Swarup, in the sense, when you, there's no taking away from the fact that India's very, very adamant and very clear about the infrastructure push, and that's come straight from the Prime Minister himself. There is no taking away from the fact that the demand is there and the supply as well is getting a very big push when it comes to freight wagons, railway, the entire infrastructure that comes along with it. But the market has had a very volatile love affair with the sector, hasn't it? In terms of valuations, the big moves and then the big slumps that come in. What's the take now on whether the best is baked in into the prices or not?
I'll give you my view and I'll
Sure.
reflect on, and I'll ask Mr. Mukherjee also whether he agrees with this view or not. Fact is, when you look at my journey in the mutual fund industry, infrastructure remains a no-brainer. If the country will grow with infrastructure, country will grow with connectivity, and all our aspirations, as Mr. Mukherjee rightly put in, as a country can only be fulfilled if the connectivity is in place, right? But what you said is absolutely true. From a portfolio construction perspective, it's more flattered to deceive over a period of time. But see, here's the journey. When I was young, and we used to do this Bhubaneswar to Delhi train journeys, a 24-hour delay was also quite natural. You don't know when you will reach actually.
Yeah.
But I did 2 train journeys last week. I went from here to Mount Abu and back. And there is this, on the internet, which station where the train stops, dot on time, while going in and while coming. The trains were absolutely clean. The food you could order online. The point I'm making is it's a completely different
experience.
And what Mr. Mukherjee is saying is absolutely correct. Probably now all the dots have been put in place, and it's just the joining of lines which will happen. Between you and me, we've started thinking of whether we should have an infrastructure fund as such. While I have been a person, because of the experience or my baggage, or you call it, I'm not very keen. But when fund management thinks it's the right time to build infrastructure, it's probably the right time to do it. It's based on, say, their story. And you look at their story over the last 2-3 years, rail has been a revelation, more than passenger side, the freight side.
Absolutely.
The freight can change the business of this country. Road connectivity is just about happening. If you look at developed economy, trucking is a big business, or delivering goods through trucks. All that are just about falling into place. And that's where I'd like to ask Mr. Mukherjee that, when you look at it from the next 8-10 year perspective, how does he see his side of the industry transform to take this opportunity forward, or build the India story, because they are core to this story, and see that it happens? I mean, how do they look at it would also be a good thing to hear from him.
Mr. Mukherjee, over to you. Swarup just wants to know where the next 8 to 10 year story is going to be.
See, I just make a kind of a broader perspective of the whole story first. We are all concerned about that where the consumption pattern will go, how the country will shape up. And of course, these are all interlinked in the long story of the GDP growth and in our standing in the world. So we have few very good, we as a country are in a transitional phase where, of course, we have to deal with such a population, which young generations are mostly have a different global aspirations, where the global politics or whatever the economies are looking forward to India as a one of the fastest growing economy. And we as a country, good to see the hunger. What Swarup has mentioned. Professionals like him and organizations like him and like us, as he has rightly mentioned, are going to be pivotal, because it's a combination and an alignment of the government, private, public initiatives. We, as an Indian now, have come up with a renewed belief that we can be a nation which is one of the largest and having all the kind of quality of life which we want to become our own benchmark. It's not easy for for a country and a wide demography of India and the kind of having a kind of 1/5 of the population of the world. But with the conviction, the way the Indian, all the stakeholders are moving, and with the clarity of thought that yes, that is the destination where we want to go, it is bound to happen, surely to happen. That's what we believe. But in the way forward, certain important factors which I would like to highlight, that all the stakeholders we have to rely upon on improving our capability and quality of output, whatever we give. A little patriotic it may sound, but the very theme of the government, suppose the Make in India or whatever. I think we have to grow over and above that, and we have to have our brand India products. And these are all proportional. If we grow and if we invest, if we spend more in research and development, we are in a transition of a skilling of employment of people. It's no more a traditional, because today with all the AI and the new technology incubation and all of this, so everything is in a sphere of going to a upward and a new experience regime, where the India has a resolve all the stakeholders to make it good and take it in that way. And I feel that next not only 5 years, it will be 5, 10, 20 years, India is poised for a kind of a leadership position in terms of in various important sectors which contributes directly to the economy.
Yeah, but Swarup, I just wanted to go back to the point, and we briefly touched about as to how the volatile love affair that the markets have with spaces like defense and railways. Like Mr. Mukherjee was also saying, there are so many aspects of the manufacturing segment. Let me, look at the larger umbrella. What's looking like a good value buy right now? Because they've all had, sprees of frenzied run and then sanity setting in.
Well, that is bound to happen. I mean, when you look at the broad India story, this could be small blips in the overall journey, this valuation story. But when you project it, like Mr. Mukherjee is telling, over the next 8, 10, 15, 20 years, that is the secular story which will build in infra manufacturing. If these don't happen, India can only go that far as a service provider, right? And it's great that that part is shifting, that India is broadening itself to look like a far broader economies with more structural plays from other parts of. And these are very integral parts of any country. Why India? Connectivity has to happen. And what Mr. Mukherjee said was very interesting. The integration of tech with this and the important play that public and private play together. And I saw it at display because I ordered a pizza from my phone, which came to my bogie. I just went through it. It's just that people have started integrating. And when people start integrating, everybody has a play. So my only take from all this is not to look at it from a 6-month, 1-year point of view. When you look at structural plays like infra and manufacturing, you have to look at it next 8, 10, 15 years perspective. And India is best positioned. And I think I loved what he said about our competition is with ourselves.
Yeah.
And if we